How many good cops you ever see stop a bad cop from being a bad cop?
They closed that window. They created the scenario where they only had a few seconds to react.
We have a problem that needs to be addressed.
Turn it off.
What you pull me over for?
Turn it off.
Please tell me why you pulled me over for.
Turn it off.
Why'd you pull me over for?
Turn it off.
What's off? There's nothing on.
Turn the phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off.
I don't give you my consent. Turn it away from me.
I don't need it. It's going straight to the internet. It's going straight to the... No.
Turn it away from me.
Tell me why you pulled me off.
Turn your phone away from me.
No. This is going straight to the internet.
Turn your phone away from me.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
For what crime?
Because of your disrespect.
Oh, what are you talking about? Please tell me how I disrespected you.
Say again?
Tell me how I disrespected you.
What did you think you did?
You tell me. Don't touch me.
Turn the phone off.
Don't assault me.
Don't put the phone in
Don't
my
assault
face.
me.
I'm not going to give you another warning. Don't put the phone in my face.
I want to
Turn it away
leave.
from me.
Let me leave.
Turn it away from me.
I'm not gonna.
Like right now.
I'm not gonna.
Officer,
Hold
I'm
this.
so sorry.
Don't talk. Am I free to go? Tell me why you pulled me over.
Why were you being disrespectful back there?
You can pull somebody over for being disrespectful?
Yes, I can.
What KRS is that? Tell me what KRS is that.
It's called respect of the law. That's what it's called.
What KRS is that? State
It's
the
called
number.
respect of the law.
State the number.
Disrespect the law.
State the number.
You look it up for yourself.
Okay, can I go now?
You look it up for yourself.
Okay.
Next time.
What's your name and badge number? Name and badge number.
If you're recording it, you see my name and badge number.
No, I can't see your name. Dennis.
You can't see
M.A. Dennis. 449. Can I go?
Don't be disrespectful.
Can you please
next
move your
time.
hand? You're scared me.
Don't be disrespectful next time.
Don't be a thug next time. Punk ass. I'm gonna file a complaint on you too. Bully. Don't touch me.
Freaking record me again.
Don't touch
I'm not
me.
gonna tell you again.
Yeah, you're gonna see it all over YouTube.
I'm not gonna tell
Don't
you
worry
again.
about it.
Act up again. I'm gonna pull you out this car.
I'm not acting up.
And menacing.
Can I go?
You want me to tell you what the KRS for menacing
I know KRS menacing. Trust me, it doesn't.
The Birdman put some respect on my name.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Listen, what happened here? The guy flipped him off, right? I mean, you can flip a cop off. I mean, why are you going around flipping cops off? Probably is just probably not the best thing to do, because you're going to get somebody who doesn't care, right, about your constitutional rights and going to pull you over. This guy thought he was going to intimidate him. The guy didn't back down, and the officer looked. He had to take the walk of shame because there's nothing that he could have done. That was an illegal Fourth Amendment seizure. Check out this shirt.
Respect.
That's right. It's a legal Fourth Amendment seizure, and the guy pretty much stood his ground, but the officer was wrong. You know, I'm not sitting here telling you to go out and just be disrespectful, just as human beings being decent to each other, that we all should be doing that. But that job requires you to be above standard, to live above. You have to endure more than the average person can during that job. Is it right? No, as far as somebody walking around abusing you, but that's what you signed up for. People are going to say whack things to you. And especially if you're a jerk as an officer, then you really ain't going to get a lot of respect. So, you know, understand that's a part of the job, and people will be rude. Will we like people to treat you better? Yes, we would definitely. I know I would like people to treat me better. I mean, I had situations where people was just being ignorant. They just didn't like the uniform. And then later on, once they got to know the person in the uniform, I was like, he was like, yo, my bad, yo. You know, it's that uniform, man. Y'all be wilding out, but you cool, though. I see how you carry it. But I understand that, I get it, but not a lot of people who wear that uniform do, so you're going to have to deal with that. You know, this is educational. It's about staying alive to fight another day. The officer has the home court advantage on this side of the road. So you get your evidence, you get your witnesses, you start recording, and you meet them in the courtroom. They're giving out big bags. What, is it in the billions?
Yes.
It's in the billions right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not in the trillions, honestly, because a lot of people are not reporting. Not even people, the officers, and they have gag orders that they can't tell you how much they've received in settlements. So I'm pretty sure it's close to $1 trillion, no doubt, because New York by itself is over $500 million.
Yeah, it's crazy in New York. They wilding out.
Right.
I mean, they are the biggest department, so they're gonna have bigger problems and bigger issues. They're gonna have a lot more bad apples than any other agency. But at the same time, I mean, we do gotta understand, yo, you gotta make it home. Not everybody is going to be like me and have thick skin and somebody say something. So I'm like, you know, I come from the hood. We snapped on each other growing up. So I was quick. Me as an officer, you say something, I would kind of snap back verbally and kind of embarrass you. But
see,
it was a snapping thing. Like you said something, I say something back. So I mean, that's how I handled it. But it didn't bother me to the point to where I'm like, yo, I'm ready to beat you up and make up some charges and show, respect of the law. Like, come on.
But do you think the situation would have been, I know this is like devil's advocate, if the person in the vehicle was a black person challenging this other elderly black officer, do you feel like the situation would have been handled differently? Or is it because he was being filmed, which a lot of them don't really care when they're being filmed, honestly.
And a lot of them do care.
A lot of them do care.
He cared.
He cared.
He was like, he kept saying, turn that camera off, turn that camera off.
But you always want to, I really want to sit down. That's when the implicit bias comes in to understand why his reaction was different in that scenario, and if it would have been, a different outcome if it was an African American.
That's a really good question, and I was asked that on Court TV, right? And that is one of those questions where if you don't understand, it's easy to get sucked in, because I've seen it go both ways.
Yeah, because I've seen the white gentleman that got pepper sprayed for giving the officer the finger. So I get it.
Right. You can't say that,
if it was black. It's true, you can't. Right. I guess you just need to get into the mindset of that officer and what they perceive to them as a threat or, what level they want to take it at. Because the officer, like he said, has the home court advantage. And it's up to us. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to treat an officer like a daggone 5-year-old toddler.
Some,
and scale it back for them, and you be the respectful one instead of not letting your ego get the best of you, and then in turn that's where it goes back and forth, and he's gonna always win.
Yeah, on the side of the road, he's definitely gonna always win. Yes. Keep that in mind. But I have two experiences, right? Being black and coming from a poor community, right? I experienced a lot of negative policing. So I had the mindset of a lot of the people in the community coming from poor communities, because how law enforcement looks at that community as highly dangerous. So their aggression and how they respond is totally based on their perception of that community. Not every community, right? I haven't seen one community where the crime, even in Chicago, right, where the crime so supersedes the amount of people in that community that everybody's a criminal. Normally, in a poor community, you have just poor people. Poverty don't mean you're a criminal. It just means you're poor. But crime, right, it is a magnet for the poverty areas. So you're going to have that bad element that haunt that area. But when you look at overall the population, then you got to weigh it out, because it's not always the same. And I didn't realize that until I joined the police department and I start seeing officers do it right. So not everybody does it wrong, and not everything is a black-white issue. So we got to understand that when we having these evaluations.
But did this officer do it right or wrong?
This officer was dead wrong.
Okay.
He shouldn't even, his feelings get hurt.
Right.
If your feelings get hurt because somebody gave you a finger, that's not the job for you. They're going to say and do a lot worse than that. That's why you're supposed to be that professional. You're supposed to live above standards, respond above the norm that somebody else will respond to. Coming to the end of the episode, so I appreciate you guys. We are over 100,000 strong on social media outlets. This is educational, so one of the things I like to say at the end is all about surviving, making it home to your families. Make it home, you get to that courtroom, and that's when you start winning. More officers are getting arrested, more officers are getting suspended, more officers are getting fired. We still got an uphill battle when we start talking about fighting bad policing. So please, make it home to your families. See you next time. Love you.